Hey guys, thanks for visiting. Check out this video.
And a part of my job and the part I enjoy a lot is educating, first-time home buyers. So taking the time to kind of walk through what the pre-approval process looks like, the different loan options that might be available. In the state of Virginia, there are some good first-time home buyer programs through Virginia Housing. I actually closed a loan 2 weeks ago for a teacher. She was able to do 100% financing, so didn't have to bring a down payment. And we were actually able to get her Spark funds, which through different counties, counties are allotted funds for Spark. So basically it's a 1% interest rate reduction for the life of the loan. So let's say her interest rate is 7%. She was able to get a 6% interest rate for the life of the loan.
Okay.
So as a teacher, not having to put any money down and also getting a lower interest rate and payment was a huge help for her.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of awesome, programs in the state of Virginia for first-time home buyers.
And you don't have to be, correct me if I'm wrong, to be a first-time home buyer does not necessarily mean you've never bought a place before. You can still qualify or be labeled a first-time buyer as long as you haven't purchased a property in 3 years?
Yeah, you haven't owned a property.
Haven't owned a property.
Yeah.
In
So
3
let's
years.
say you sold a home, you owned a home in Alabama and you sold it in 2019, been renting up here since, you'd be considered a first-time home buyer, which is great.
Yes, it is. Because you get all those options. Now, do you have so let's say it's a veteran who's never bought a property before. Do you look at that and go, okay, this might actually be better? If we could go the conventional route and do this, or you should go the FHA route and do this, or what?
Yeah, so we definitely compare, especially for, let's say, just a first-time home buyer. We'll look at options. When I initially talk to someone too, I'll figure out how much we have potentially available for down payment. If someone says, I want to put as little down as possible, we'll look at different options like a 3% down payment option, or do the Virginia Housing that I just mentioned, 100% financing. So we can kind of compare, which might be best, and I'll be able to provide estimates so they can see the difference in the monthly payment, cash out of pocket for the different loan programs. So I'll walk through that with them and kind of figure out, what might be best.
And the loan program that you're getting can help affect your interest rate.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
And there are ways to talk about the points.
Yeah. So each of the loan programs have different, interest rates. I will say with right now, because interest rates are a little bit higher than they have been, a lot of people are opting to pay points. So basically 1 point is 1% of the loan amount. So let's say your loan amount is $400,000. To get a little bit lower interest rate, so let's say we're just using 7% because it's an easy number. Instead of getting 7% interest rate with paying no points, you could get 6.75% interest rate with paying a point. So a little bit lower interest rate, and then you would pay that 1%. So if your loan amount's $400,000, let's say, you're paying $4,000 at closing for that lower interest rate.
And that helps.
Yeah.
Is that available to everybody?
Yes.
So you can always, hey, can I buy a point, buy 2 points?
Yeah. I'll provide options, a no point option, typically at paying half a point, 1 point, and then if someone wants to see, more, we'll run the numbers. Sometimes it doesn't make sense because the break even, is really far from now, let's say if it's typically once it gets past 7 years, it's not going to make sense, to pay the point.
And you look at all of that.
Yes.
You'll look at the full life of the loan, right?
Yeah.
And you said you go to the 7-year mark.
Well, I'll figure out where the break even is with paying no points versus a point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.